And
With great achievement comes great responsibility. And that is the story today for Caleb Williams. Can he find a side door to get himself and USC football back on track? It is a day filled with nostalgia, a historic rivalry sadly being played for the last time. USC and Cal in Berkeley for Pac-12 football, presented by Pacific Premier Bank. And we welcome you to Berkeley today, where the atmosphere is going to be terrific. It's a day game. 1 o'clock kick. Cal fans are loving this. There's a lot of sadness, and we'll get into that through the day. But let's focus on football first, Yogi. It's been tough for USC the last 2 weeks. With great achievement for the team comes great accountability. USC's been called on that. How do they bounce back?
well, the one thing from going to practice, talking to players and coaches, this team is united. They have not splintered by any stretch of the imagination, but they have not been playing complimentary football. I expect them to run the football today to make life easier on the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. And defensively, they got to tackle well. They lead the league in missed tackles. Those are areas they put tremendous focus in this week, as you'd imagine. I expect them to come out with a ton of energy.
So what do you think is the challenge today, USC's defensive tackling against a pretty good run game at Cal?
Yeah, a better offensive line than you think when you're tracking the Cal Bears. 20th in the nation in running the football, and as you referenced, SC struggling to stop the run. And they do it a bunch of different ways, whether it's in the red zone, whether it's in the middle of the field. I really like this offensive line and the run scheme for the Cal Bears.
And of course, led by Jade Knott, who is the top rusher this season in the Pac-12. Going to flip that table in just a second, too. And does USC run the ball? Do they try to run the ball more than they have in recent weeks? That, when your offense is as good as the Trojans, that's generally not something you worry about. But it has been a point of conversation as you see the Bears huddling, wearing a traditional Cal football helmet. And here they come, the blue and gold of Berkeley. Charge of the Golden Bears. How about that run game, Yogi?
How about that run game, indeed? They want to do it a bunch of different ways. How about this offensive line? They've been impressive. Jade Knott, he's going to get a bulk of the carries today. Their lead back, he's got a chance, I think, to put up a lot of yards. When you look at this front, especially in the red zone, they're going to see it. You'll see defensive front. They will twist and move. They just got to communicate up front, pass things off. They've done a really nice job communicating this season. And then when they get close in the red zone, you'll see them start to pull offensive linemen, especially against SC. They love to slant, they love to move pre-snap. If Cal can catch SC when they're moving, that's big advantage for this run game.
Well, it's this kind of day, yes, where there are a lot of shared loyalties between these two wonderful schools. And there's a challenge. Can the Cal defense put some pressure on Caleb Williams? And can the Pac-12's leading rusher be the reason his team pulls off a stunning upset? Kickoff is next. Presented by Pacific Premier Bank, the official bank of the Pac-12. By Old Trapper, what's your beef? And by Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. Ah, yes, the Halloween spirit. These are the families of our great crew members. That is Makai Left and Zane Wright, rappers in training. The children of Amy Kim and Yogi Roth, looking great. Way to go, Amy. I know that was your deal.
That was her all day long.
And of course, there was also the television debut of Addison, Scott Palo, our technical director, Scott's brand new granddaughter. And I'm sure Scott is already filing the paperwork with SAG-AFTRA now that she's made air. And we want to send along our best wishes again, because we were not with you last week. Joe Sonnenberg has been a vital member of our crew for a long, long time. And Joe's getting the green light to come back. Oh, when are you letting him back, Scott? But Joe's coming back off Joe Sonnenberg surgery on his elbow.
It'll be good to have him back with the crew next week in Eugene.
Yeah. Well, we are in Berkeley, so therefore this would make sense. There is right now about a dozen young adults that are sitting in a protest at the 50-yard line. That is why we are awaiting the beginning of the game. Pac-12 football is presented by Pacific Premier Bank, the official bank of the Pac-12. By Old Trapper, what's your beef? And by Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve. Look at that, the children again of our crew. On the left, Makai, on the right, Zane. The children of Amy, Kim, and Yogi Roth. I did not know this side of Zane and Makai.
Oh, they've leaned
rappers in training.
Yeah, a little Run DMC action. They've leaned all in.
Now there's our series history, which was owned by USC. 19 straight wins they had. At one point in this rivalry, and they have split the last 4. Thankfully, the protesters have been removed. Very thankful. It was a peaceful protest, but that cannot be tolerated. Player safety, staff safety. Text or YouTube Monica Sellis, and you'll learn what I'm talking about. So here we go. USC won the toss. They want the ball. They want the first strike to see if Zachariah Branch can make a dent on his kick return. And the line drive kick by Michael Luckhurst carries in the end zone. And believe me, talked to Justin Wilcox about that yesterday. They're well aware of trying to keep the ball out of Zachariah Branch's hands on special teams.
They got a variety of plans for that, but can't keep the ball out of Caleb Williams' hands when they get the rock early on. Ted, this is an offense that has struggled in the last 2. Caleb Williams as well. Lincoln Riley said he's focused, he's calmed down, he's gone back to the basics. And a big part